I have maybe a somewhat abstract question. I did my doctoral research on kind of psychedelics and time. I'm wondering, Kilindi and Luna, if you've had, sorry, Luna was on my committee, so he's had to deal with this, but if you've talked about realms and kind of expanded kind of maybe dimensionality, I don't know if that's the word, but my questions are temporal fluctuations, and besides just maybe things go a little slower, things seem faster, have you had specific experiences that you can talk about of time behaving in a way that's unusual, I guess?
First there, since you've already prepped. I want to read the dissertation.
No, but no, I'm not going to answer that philosophically, you know. But I tell you about one experience, you know. It was with mushrooms. It was many years ago. Terence, you know, McKenna, he sent me 5 grams only, and I went to Palenque. And I was carrying my thing, and I went first to Palenque to see the place and plan where I'm going to take the mushrooms. And so, while I was coming back from Palenque, I saw this American selling jewelry, you know, little things just to survive. And then he started, you know, he said that I'm taking LSD, and I went to Palenque, and I did. People say that there are UFOs, but I only just saw fucking coral snakes, you know. Okay, so there was not, you know. Okay, so and then we went to let's talk more, you know, because I thought it was so interesting that I went to Palenque and I meet this guy who was telling me that taking LSD in Palenque. So then a young guy, a Lacandon Indian, came and sat with us, and then the American left, and I was with the Lacandon, and I told him, you know, I'm going to take this 5 grams of mushrooms in Palenque, and then young guy, 20 something, said, if you do that, you're going to die. Said, okay, well, I'm going to do it, you know. Yes. Okay, so let me do it with you then. Okay? All right, fine. So I made an appointment in the evening, 5 grams. It's a lot of things. I mean, with honey. So I was eating, and then I could not anymore. And so there was like a spoon left, and then the Lacandon took it, and he had come with his some sort of disciple or some 18-year-old kid, and then he scratched the jar with the rest of it, you know. And anyway, so we went to walk towards Palenque, and the effects were so strong, and I was just very, very high. I said, impossible, I cannot get there, impossible. So let's sit somewhere. So we sat, and then suddenly I was. In my experience, this young Lacandon was teaching me something, and with a certain moon in a certain place, and then suddenly I was teaching him in another moon. So it was just this kind of, of time. And I have my tape recorder. I recorded something, and then suddenly. We were surrounded by, I didn't see them, I heard them. The guy, the Lacandon, he said that he saw them and touched them. And the other young guy, I don't know what he saw, but he was jumping around. Ay que chingón, ay que chingón, ay que chingón. You know, so they were beings, the 3 of us. My recorder typically stopped, so I couldn't record anything. You know, that's typical, no? And anyway, so this made me think, you know, about time. What is it, you know? So just like, what is happening? I don't know. I know. Yeah. What do you think?
Well, yes, definitely. Time contraction and expansion has been part of it. You know, I know. Many of you have experienced when, you know, you've taken some mushrooms and you know, oh man, when is this going to end? It seems like I've been in here 1,000,000 years. This is a long thing, and you know, you last time you looked at the clock, it was 12 o'clock. It was 12 o'clock, and you know, you lay down or sit down again, and you, oh man, this is long. You know, I'm going through a lot, and you know, you think you've been there like hours and hours and hours, and then you look back at the clock, it's like 12:02, and you know, and those are just kind of like mundane things when you're in stuff. But you know, I got stuck in 1955, you know, in New York, you know, Harlem, at a jazz club. I mean, I went into the future. I've got stuck in loops. I've been trapped in my bedroom where I think, you know, or I've experienced like millions of years. I said earlier in my talk that I was, you know, the time machine thing where you stuck and, you know, like stuff is just dissolving you around you. The earth is dissolving away. You know, you're just in this long thing, and it's, you know, and it's only a night. You know, it's only a 6-7 hours. So yes, time travel, time, temporal, you know, fluctuations are all part of this thing, you know, and you know, you can through will try to do those things. Sometimes they just spontaneously happen, you know. You're someplace and a car rides by and it's got, you know, 1962 on the license plates and things like that. You're like, oh man, you know, maybe if I can wait around a little longer, I can find out, you know, go to 1963 and see who, you know, go to Dallas and Dealey Plaza and see who, you know, who's shooting or something like that. You know, hey, well, that's a good idea. Maybe I'll try that.